Hi everybody, today we're going to look at activity sets within Boardmaker Online and how to create them to use in playlists. Activity sets are kind of like folders where you can put activities that you're going to use for a lesson. It's a nice way to organize activities, especially since we share activities and we also share login information across teams. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to your Boardmaker page after logging in. You'll notice right down here it says Create Activity Set. Now you're going to want to make sure you have the activities already done and created, and those will be listed in your activities because you're essentially drawing from your activities into your activity set. So say you have 3 or 4 activities you've created, then you can put them right into a set. So I'm going to click the activity set. It's going to ask me a title. Now this is really important, especially like I said, since we share accounts. To delineate, whose it is or what subject it's for. So for instance, I'm going to put on this one social work, social skills lessons. A set of 5. That way when you log into the account associated with your classroom, you don't have to go through 500 different activity sets to find yours. You can jump right to social work and know that they're right there. I'm going to save that and continue. And then this is where I want to drag and drop my activities into my social skills activities set. On the right you'll see any of the activities under the main page, and then you drag them in to create your set. And again, this goes back to naming your original activities, something that you can find easily, putting social worker SW if you're a social worker at the beginning of them, or something identifying them for easier sorting. Now for purposes of this, I'm just putting any random activities in here just to show you how it works. You simply click on them and drag them in the order that you'd like them to be in. I'm pulling a copy of the activity over. The original stays in the original activity set on my Boardmaker page. This is just a copy of it going into my social skills activity set folder. And when I'm done, you don't have to save. You simply hit the back button, and then you'll notice under all of my activities, you'll notice now one called Social Work, Social Skills Lessons, and it has currently 3 activities in it, and those are now ready to play. The one nice thing you can do with an activity set is add it to your playlist, which the iPad app directly feeds from. In order to do that, simply click Add to Playlist, and now on your playlist you will see the social work, social skills set of activities that we just created. When you go into your iPad app now, that'll be one of the choices you can choose. Again, this is very good for when you have the iPad and you're using it on Boardmaker for students. If you know you're going to do your social lessons, there's an easy way to find them because the playlist can get very busy and distracting. It's a nice easy way to kind of make little folders out of the activities you have to work with with the students. If I was to go back to my activities and I wanted to edit or modify that activity set we just created, I simply hit the wrench. That'll bring it right back, so I can take lessons out. Again, these are just copies. They're not anything from your main activity line. And I can actually drag more in as well. And keep modifying that social work activity set that I can then use on the iPad when it's in the playlist. And then when you're in your Boardmaker app and you refresh it, you'll notice now the social work social skills lessons download. Like I mentioned, we share these Boardmaker accounts within a team, so there could be a lot of activities in the playlist. The point of it being is to make a playlist labeled so it's clearly found for you when you're working with students or a group. You can easily get to it. So while they're not folders from Boardmaker terms, they act as folders for our departments or subjects or groups of students that we need them. So again, looking at all of this together, taking a couple things away, when you create an activity set, make sure that you label it in a standard way. For instance, adding your department at the beginning of it. Make sure the files you put in it are all named a standard way to keep it easier, cleaner and easier organized. Also, when you don't need an activity in the playlist anymore, for instance, if you have social work group for a month and then you're not doing those activities anymore, you can take them out of the playlist. They still will stay in your activities, but you can take the whole set out of your playlist and you won't be losing it. Keep that playlist nice and clean so when you go in the app, there's not 100 different activities laying there. Other than that, it's a pretty nice workaround in order to keep things organized and use the iPad as well as the computers for the Boardmaker Online program. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.